morning. Have you ever asked yourself what your ideal study day would look like, or your ideal day in general? Because I do. I have to study for my exams in 1 month and 10 days, something around this, or 20 days. Actually, I have time. And I have a problem. The problem is I tend to go too hard with myself. So I want to incorporate chill things, or things that give me joy and pleasure and a sense of living in this time where I need to study, and not to completely get rid of all the joy in my life and to go hard, let's say. Excuse me, my very tired look. But I made myself an iced coffee, so this is the highlight. And my parents are gone on holiday, and now I have cookies for breakfast. Yeah, I need to go food shopping today. For real, because there's nothing unless pasta. But we'll figure it out. So, my ideal day would look like this. I would go swimming. I would not spend hours on my phone and focus on what I have to study. I check the things on my to-do list, the 2 subjects that I want to study a day. Or now, because I'm too advanced in my time schedule, that I'm not studying now, but rather revising all the lectures, revising all the work that I missed, because when the demands of the studio are so hard, I tend to skip lessons to focus more on the design studio load, and this is actually a pretty common problem in our studies. Therefore, I first have to get a day of now, finish all the lectures, I write my notes, write my summaries, and make, for example, little study cards with spaced repetition, and then going to sleep pretty early. But before that, maybe something to a little treat that I have done this hard work after such a day, like another swim, reading a book, doing something pleasant with friends, like going on a walk or anything, to be honest. Like yesterday, it was a matcha latte for me at the swim with a friend. That made my whole day. Kind of my ideal day when I have to study. I want to bring you with me during this study period. I'm not so sure if I record a day or make a whole thing out of it where I document how it's going, but you can let me know too if you would prefer. Yesterday I had a terrific day. I had headache, I couldn't focus, I did half of the things I wanted to do, and that's okay, because days like this are normal. Everyone has them, but it's just a short reminder that the next day is very different and that everyone has those days. So I'm now out here jogging before going to uni. In mantra of my ideal day, I forgot sunscreen, but it doesn't matter. I'm soon at home. Shower, apply sunscreen, get ready to go to uni. I'll meet up with friends. After that, I go to a vernissage of a friend that I haven't seen also in quite a while. So I'm really stoked about today, and sorry my tired puffy face, but I hope you enjoy. Also, a tip that meant the world to me was to run on my tips of the foot, like, you know, and not to around your heel, because this might ruin your knees. and it actually really did. So this is kind of comforting to walk, although it feels weird in the beginning. Wo?
Ob er am 2 oder was er immer in der Hand hält.
Are you asked to leave movies and stuff?
No, that's against the rules. You're gonna fail if you put a move.
Okay.
I'm outside on a bench and I have the feeling that it's been forever since I last talked to you. I was mid in reversing all the semester work, yearly work of university when I last spoke to you, and now I'm done with that and the month of studying started now. It's actually 5 weeks till the exams, but yeah, here I am. I think I figured out why I pressure myself too much, and I thought it might be interesting for you too. Well, it actually has to do with something very personal, which I'm afraid of to share, but we just go with it. Being vulnerable is a strength, right? So my mother does a lot of work in the household and she works a lot, so I really admire her and respect her for that. But my father, on the other side, it's not that he has never worked, but it is the case that he has been self-employed for, I don't know, 40 years or so, 30 years, which leads to a different kind of attitude regarding work, right? And he was not someone who was, or he is not someone who is money driven, but more like interests driven, which leads him to being a creative, out of the box thinker, but also regarding work it can be seen as drastically critically, I don't know. He put a lot of pressure on me since I was considered to be stupid in school, which is funny when we think of where I am now, studying at one of the best universities in Switzerland or worldwide, right? Yeah, because my mother only spoke Dutch to me when I was little, therefore they thought I cannot speak German, and I was rather not challenged in school, therefore I didn't pay attention so much, and they put me out of the regular school to get like extra classes in German and so, and I missed something then on the regular schedule to keep up with my German and all the deficits that they thought I'd have. Anyway, when there was the decision if I make it to the Matura or not, my father was like, well, he might not remember it, but it was like, well, you either make it to get the Matura or you will be nothing for life. And this was really hard for me, and I said that, like, you can't put so much pressure on such a young adult or such a young teenager. And funny is that the grading here, or like the education here, well, you can do anything with like whatever grade you get, whatever your graduation status is, you can still manage it to go to university or still like work your ass up to a high career. It doesn't matter. So I did it in my very own path to get here. Nonetheless, this kind of relationship that like he has towards work, and this scenario where I then failed to get into the Matura in the regular school system, like it really marked me somehow. I don't know if that's the right word. It conditioned me. And therefore, I have difficulties with my work ethic. That is, I put too much pressure on myself and think that it's supposed to be that way when it actually isn't. So now, I have failed to take weekends off. I took only mostly one day off when I spent it with my boyfriend. Right now I'm alone during the weekend, which is a good thing. But I will not manage to do any day off because I always have something to do. And I managed to do most of the things that I wanted to, like summarizing the yearly lectures. But I still have my doubts in one or two courses. For example, building physics, computational design, which is all about grasshopper in Rhino, and structural design, which in computational design and structural design we have like already grades that count 40 till 50%, so it's not too bad, but still I want to be good, I want to do a good job, and it's still a lot and it needs consistency, work, and but I have difficulties with not going too hard or not being too hard on myself, and I want to solve this. And what I found really helpful for me was to get movement in. 1 week, like the first week of studying or rehearsing, I swam every single day, which was amazing. Then the second week I kind of messed my routine up. I tried running again, so I ran last week once and this week once. Tomorrow I will go horse riding, which is really exciting, with a friend who has 2 Islanders. And so that's one thing. The other thing that really helped me is like regarding mental health. When I'm really stressed out and doubt myself, or it's just too much going on in my head, I write everything down. And then this leads me to a conclusion that it's not all that bad. Or I talk to you, or I talk to like my friends, my boyfriend, about what's going on with me, inside me, which also is a release. And then the other thing is that whenever I eat, I try to focus only on the food and not like spend time on my phone during it, which is really helpful to me regarding like just paying attention to the small things. And this is also something I love doing, where I will be doing right now, is to just don't do anything in particular unless the thing you're doing right now online. So no multitasking, no is elsewhere, and simply being here and trying to notice the small things like hummingbees flying around, birds flying around, like here, cars driving on the highway. Yeah, paying attention to the things that are present right now, which leads me to enjoying the presence and feeling much lighter, happier and calmer in my head. So these are the things that right now help me, and maybe they do to you too. Okay, lying down with such a big wasp might not be a good thing here. Oh my goodness. Nonetheless, I can show you my fit. I bought this dress very recently, so happy about that. It's 8 a.m. I'm soaking wet, but instead of swimming before studying, I'm meeting up with a friend to go on a ride with the bike, as you see here, and in this fashionable trousers. We met up yesterday studying, which went amazing because we went on a swim first and after and studied the whole day. It was really productive and fun, and still felt like leisure time because you are spending time with a friend who studies the same thing, so you can kind of discuss the subject or the matter of the subject, which was really nice. Also, sometimes if you're alone and feel like everything is too complicated and your head gets this big, then you have still someone who's there like, hey, how about we do it like this, or hey, it's not that hard, just do this and this. And yeah, someone who's there to support you, to be there for you, and this an exchange, I think, is the best thing ever. So yeah, up here for a ride, looking forward to it. Yeah. Schmeckerschön!
chocolate taxi.
We have a few days before the exam. Actually, it's about 6 days till the first one and 7 till the second, or 5 till the first one and 7 till the second. I'm not quite sure because time feels delusional and surreal, and yeah. Anyway, a few things can be noted, and that is really a mind game of how much fun you have studying a subject, how you think you're capable of doing it, and the balance between how much work you already put into it. And yeah, also really something to be noted is that you prioritize your mental health in some way. Like me personally, I like to walk in the mornings whenever possible. Tomorrow is the last day where it's not possible because I will attend a Q&A lesson about a subject, about 30 minutes to be honest, but yeah, I will now repeat some physics with Anki, spaced repetition, and my summary, and then I go back to sleep. Maybe I will look at structural design one more time, but might be not the case since I also need to sleep, since I have to wake up pretty early tomorrow. And on the studying schedule is 1 to 2 exams, then the Q&A lecture where I will ask about exercises that I did not get, or how to solve them, what to do about my problems, which I'm certainly of, I'm not the only one having them. And yeah, then maybe in the evening and in the morning repeat some physics. Yeah, since structural design is the first exam and physics is the second. And then we have 4 days or so, and then urban design. And after urban designs we have 5 days or so till theory, architecture and theory in modernity. And then we have 1 day till computational design, and computational design is the second last exam, and the last one is global history of urban design, which will be an absolute killer since they want us to study 100 architects and projects per lecture by heart, and we have 12 lectures per semester, so you can count that for yourself. Fun. I started to go on walks every morning possible, and I can't recommend this enough since a little blood flow can really calm down your nerves. Also, the time you spend in nature just somehow gives you energy, relaxes you. So one thing I really recommend in any stressful time is to simply go on that walk.